Welcome. Good to see you.
You too.
And before we get started, I'd like to take a minute here to introduce Dr. Amba to all of us. Dr. Amba is fortunate to have graduated in the last doctoral class under the guidance of Abo Sifu Professor Dr. Jerry Allen Johnson, the founder of the International Institute of the Medical Qigong and Senior Abo at Tian Yung Gong, the Temple of Celestial Cloud Taoist Monastery in Monterey, California. She also studied child development, psychology, medical sciences, and holistic health at the San Francisco State University, as well as Chinese medicine theory, acupuncture at the American College of Traditional Chinese Medicine. She also is a 400-hour plus certified yoga teacher from Green Path Yoga and the Brahmananda Ashram, also known as the Yoga Society of San Francisco. Dr. Amba studied Sanskrit language and Vedic and yoga philosophy with Dr. Ram Karan Sharma and the teachings of Sri Brahmananda Saraswati Udasina. She also has a second yoga certification from the Integral Awakening Yoga in Seaside, California. Dr. Amba is also a level 3 Qigong instructor and workshop facilitator with the Supreme Science Qigong Foundation based in Florida, where she also studied with Wim Hof in Tumo meditation. And today, Dr. Amba will be giving us examples of medical Qigong therapy, moving and sitting meditation that help all the 5 yin solid organs to balance through practices in adding to, reducing, and balancing energy as it relates to each participant. And it is with pride and honor I welcome Dr. Amba to the Meditation Demystified stage.
Thank you. It's so nice to be here. I just want to forward with a little bit of information for those who may not know much about traditional Chinese medicine and what we are talking about when we say 5 yin organs. So the 5 yin organs are the solid organs, and they all have paired yang organs. And as we do the practices, everything's related to those organs and the 5 elements that they're related to, as well as emotions that are related to that as well. So just to forward, the spleen on the left side body is the earth element. That's the solid organ that's related to the yang, which is the stomach. And the emotions related to that are worry, overthinking, and overthinking can be a big thing for people who are meditating. Sometimes we want to slow down our thoughts or direct them with guided meditation. And the virtues you were born with, those are acquired emotions, the worry and overthinking, but you're born with trust and openness, sincerity in the spleen. And then moving to the lungs, that's the solid organ connected to the large intestine, the paired organ, which you're born with courage, integrity, and dignity. And we acquire the emotions of sadness and grief. And the water element is the kidneys, and their paired organ is the urinary bladder. And you're born with self-confidence, inner strength, and wisdom, and that's also where our ancestral connections come in. And the acquired emotions are fear and loneliness. And these are all some ones that I focus on. There are more than that. And then the liver, and we're in liver season right now, in spring transitioning into summer, is wood element. And here I have wood behind me. So the green color also relates. And you're born with compassion, kindness, and patience. And the acquired emotions are anger, frustration, impatience, also has to do with boundaries. And the yang organ is the gallbladder. Gallbladder is big for decisions. So sometimes you have problems making decisions and you're on the fence. That is related to the gallbladder. And the last is the heart, which is the fire element. And you're born with joy, tranquility, and order. And the acquired emotions are anxiety, nervousness, and the big one I say is the big one, expectations not met. And that can be expectations for ourselves or expectations not met with relationships or people we have in our life, or the way our life is turning out or evolving. The paired organ is small intestines, and most of these things have to do with digestion and digesting the food or the Gucci, which is also the spiritual lessons we're being given. Or I say, my motto is every challenge is a gift to grow and evolve, whether that be cancer or a divorce or getting fired from a job. So transitions are really what I'm about. My work is focused on. So the meditations I'm going to show you are always involving some sort of transition. Mostly what we're going to focus on today is transitioning from those uncomfortable emotions to the positive virtues we are born with that I just mentioned. And we'll focus on each organ. But to start, he had mentioned there are meditations and exercises to reduce when there's too much of something. So there could be too much sadness and grief. I came to Michigan after going to Iowa to bring the ashes of my father. He died last year, but in COVID, I couldn't bring him to rest. So I have been doing a lot of healing sounds for the lungs for sadness and grief, which is the one that I use mostly, shong. So we would make a sound to let go. And that's a meditation, a conscious intention to let go of sadness and grief from the lungs, for example. So we'll go through each of the organs. There's only one organ that we don't make a sound, and that is the kidneys. So we'll go to the kidneys and I'll guide you through that. So this is all conscious Qigong. This is medical Qigong. So these are actual prescription meditations and movement and breath. And this is the way we're doing it right now. We're going to be a little bit of purging, letting go of things, or reducing where there's too much. And tonifying is adding where there is not enough of maybe those virtues. They're always there, but we're recharging them. And by letting go of the uncomfortable emotions, we're creating space so that we have more room for expansion of those positive virtues we're born with. So as we go through this, we always start with this practice as asking for blessing, whomever you call source, divine, God, Buddha, Shiva, if you say Amitabha, however you call the divine, if you have that in your practice, we always ask for a blessing to start. And then we take sword fingers. So take your peace fingers and you put them together. That is sword fingers. So pulling the fingers together, you point at the ground, and I'm going to back up a little bit so I can stand. And if you guys want to stand too, that would be great. So hopefully you can still see me if I have enough space. And you're going to point at the ground and make a clockwise circle that gets smaller and smaller and smaller. If you were below the equator, you would go counterclockwise. So if, for example, you were in Brazil, you would go counterclockwise, because that's the way the water goes down. So we do this large clockwise circle that gets smaller and smaller and smaller. And our intention, and let me say the 4 keys of conscious Qigong are intention, attention or focus, intention, attention, imagination, and sensation. So we really feel and imagine we're creating a vortex, and this vortex is taking any uncomfortable emotions into the earth to be recycled and transmuted. So as we do that, we're making more space for our organs by letting go of the uncomfortable emotions or toxic energy, pathogenic chi. And these emotions are here to teach us something valuable. A lot of people who do meditation and different practices will say, oh, just change those negative thoughts to positive thoughts. But they're maybe not honoring the uncomfortable emotions. So in our practice, it's very important to honor what we're feeling and get it out of our physical tissues. So these uncomfortable emotions, we're letting go of them. They're going into the earth to be recycled and transmuted, and it becomes fertilizer for our growth and for the ability to recharge those positive virtues we're born with. So after we've made the vortex, the intention is it's there and it will close when we're finished. And we're going to start with the spleen on the left side body, and we're just going to grab energy and drop it into the vortex as we make the dong sound, D-O-N-G. And so we're letting go from the spleen any worry or overthinking we might have. So inhale and exhale, dong, and drop it into the earth. Inhale, dong. And it's a high pitch to a low pitch because every organ has a different vibration, and you're going to hit that vibration if you hit it from high pitch to low pitch. Dong. And you think of anything in your life that you're worried about or overthinking, and just honor it and let it go with the dong sound. A couple more times. Dong. Letting go with the sound, the healing sound. Dong. And that's D-O-N-G, like D as in David. Dong. So we've made some space here by doing that. And we're just going to hold onto our left side body. And now imagine you're on the top of a mountain. The spleen is related to the earth element. And at the top of the mountain, you have the sun coming up and that gold light coming towards you. Imagine you have beautiful yellow flowers around you. And we're going to breathe in that earth element to the spleen, that gold color. And with lips closed, we're going to exhale and absorb trust, openness, sincerity. Again, inhaling the gold color to the left side body and the earth element. Lips closed, and we exhale, absorb like a sponge. Trust, openness, sincerity into the spleen. Again, inhaling, bringing that gold light, the earth element. Hold the breath for a moment, lips closed. Exhale like absorbing with a sponge. Absorb trust, openness, sincerity, the virtues you were born with. Inhaling one more time. Trust, openness, sincerity, that earth element. Exhale, lips closed. Really absorb trust, openness, sincerity. And that's trust that everything is going to be okay or even fantastic. And the openness to the lessons we're receiving all the time for our highest good. And that sincerity, we're aligned with our highest good when we're consciously breathing. And we are sincere in our path to be of service, to be well, to be healthy. And we just feel that earth element of that mountaintop, the gold color of the yellow flowers and the sunrise, that light coming on us. And just smile if you're not already smiling, and feel that spleen and stomach full of that trust, openness, and sincerity. And now you move your hands up to your lungs, and we imagine we're at the base of that same mountain, and there's a cave with piles and piles of metal. This is related to the lungs, the metal element. And you can imagine pearly white flowers all around you. And we're going to inhale and gather that metal energy, that pearly white color as we inhale. And lips closed, we're absorbing like a sponge, courage, integrity, and dignity. And I left out a step. Let me go back. And we're going to let go of any grief and sadness now. And we're going to do the shong, S-H-O-N-G sound. So grabbing any sadness and grief. It can also be shame. Inhaling, shong. Letting go of any sadness and grief. Shong. Dropping it into the vortex. Inhaling. Shong. Honoring any sadness and grief and expressing it in a healthy way. Shong. Maybe you lost someone, or maybe you're having just some COVID sadness. Inhaling. Shong. Honoring and letting go of any sadness, grief, or even shame. Shong. Pulling it out of the physical tissues. Shong. One more time. Shong. dropping it into the earth. Now we go to that base of the mountain with the cave, the piles of metal, and the pearly white flowers around us. And we're going to inhale to the lungs. Pearly white color, metal element, lips closed. Exhale, absorb like a sponge, courage, integrity, and dignity. Those virtues you were born with in the lungs. Inhaling again, pearly white color, metal element, lips closed, absorb, courage, integrity, and dignity. A couple more times. Inhale that pearly white color, the metal element. Exhale, absorb like a sponge, courage, integrity, and dignity. One more time. Inhaling, pearly white color, metal element. Exhale, lips closed, absorbing like a sponge, courage, integrity, and dignity. Really feel the lungs full of this energy, this beautiful integrity, that courage, the dignity, for we're all divine, we're all connected, we are all sacred. That's where that dignity comes, so we can hold our chest up high, knowing who we truly are, that integrity, that we speak words and they have power, that we mean what we say, what we tell people when we promise things, we have integrity. That's sometimes where the shame can come from, when we don't speak our truth, when we are not honoring who we really are, or not really having integrity with everything we believe. So we're really recharging that integrity to speak our truth. We're really recharging that courage to do whatever it is we need to do or want to do in our life. So we have that now, full of courage, integrity, dignity, and metal energy. And we go down to the area of the kidneys, but we have our hands in the front. And the water element, we imagine now that mountain in the distance. That same mountain has a waterfall coming down. We have a beautiful blue lagoon in front of us and blue flowers all around us. And we're going to inhale the water element to the kidneys, the blue color, lips closed, absorbing like a sponge into the kidneys, self-confidence, inner strength, and wisdom. Inhaling the blue color, the water element. Exhale, absorb like a sponge, lips closed, self-confidence, inner strength, and wisdom. And this is wisdom from our ancestors as well. And I'm gonna stop here because I don't usually do like this, but I'm in a hurry because I have a short amount of time. So how we're gonna do the kidneys to let go of fear and loneliness is just with a gray smoke. So imagine that as we exhale, we're gonna take a deep breath, and an exhale, a gray smoke goes into the earth to be transmuted, carrying with it any fear or loneliness. Inhale a deep breath. Exhale, imagine that gray smoke carries with it any fear and loneliness from the kidneys. Inhaling again. Exhale, open mouth. A gray smoke goes into the earth, carrying with it any fear in our lives, any loneliness we might have. One more time, inhale, deep breath. Exhale, a gray smoke, taking with it from the kidneys any fears or loneliness. And now we're going to bring in, with that waterfall and the blue flowers around us, the blue calm lagoon in front of us. And inhale, blue water element to the kidneys. Exhale now, absorb like a sponge, self-confidence, inner strength, wisdom, the virtues you were born with. We're just recharging. Inhaling the water element, the blue color. Exhale, absorb self-confidence, inner strength, and wisdom. And this is the one you want to do a lot of if you feel tired, if you feel like you don't have enough energy in the morning or in the daytime. Rather than a coffee, try doing this exercise of inhaling the blue color, the water element, lips closed, exhale, absorb self-confidence, inner strength, and wisdom. One more time, inhaling water element to the kidneys, blue color, Lips closed, absorb like a sponge, self-confidence, inner strength, and wisdom. We're just recharging what's already there. We created more space for it by letting go of the fear and loneliness. Just feel your ancestors' wisdom, the wisdom you've created in your lifetime. Feel that energy recharge, self-confidence, that inner strength that you can accomplish anything. That beautiful, beautiful energy, the water element. This is related also to our focus or our attention. And we're going to move now to the liver, which is my favorite one, the wood element, because it is the season we're in. And many people in Chinese medicine, we find, have something called liver qi stagnation, where the energy, the flow, the free flow of energy is a little bit stuck because we may carry a little bit too much of frustration, of maybe some anger or impatience. Anybody got impatience? I'm raising my hand twice. So here we're going to let go of any places in our lives where we have had impatience or anger or frustration. And the best healing sound, I think, is guo. Some people like shri, but for what works for me is guo, G-U-O. So we're going to take a deep breath and grab at the liver as we say, guo, and drop any anger, frustration, impatience into the earth to be recycled. Guo, letting go. Any anger, frustration, and patience you might have. Guo, shake it off. Guo. This is the right side body, the liver area. Inhale. Guo. And you can also add, imagining a gray smoke as you pull with all of these. You can imagine gray smoke carrying with it the uncomfortable or acquired emotions. Again, letting go of any anger, frustration, or impatience. Deep breath. Guo. See, imagine leaving the physical tissues. Guo. Dropping it into the earth to be recycled and transmuted. Guo. Creating space in the liver. Guo. And everything to do with the liver. It is also related to our spiritual path. The liver is the connection to our eternal soul of our spiritual journey. So we really want to have a healthy liver where we're removing these blockages of anger, frustration, and patience, because those energies and all of the energies of these uncomfortable emotions slow down our spiritual path if we're not honoring them. Yet they are gifts for us to grow and evolve when we honor them. So inhaling one more time, letting go of any anger, frustration, and patience. Ooh, dropping it into the earth. Now here we hold this liver, sending our love and appreciation to all the wonderful functions it has in our body and all of these organs. And we are going to imagine around us, like I have, a pine forest, and we're going to inhale the wood element and the green color, and lips closed, exhale, absorb like a sponge, compassion, kindness, and patience for ourselves and others. Inhaling, gathering the wood element, the green color, lips closed, absorbing, recharging, compassion, kindness, and patience on that exhale. Inhaling the green wood element, lips closed, exhale, absorb like a sponge, compassion, kindness, and patience, the virtues you were born with. One more time, inhaling, green color, wood element, lips closed, absorbing like a sponge, compassion, kindness, and patience. And just hold the liver, smile if you're not smiling, and really feel and know and really imagine and focus and intend That liver is just so supercharged with compassion, kindness, and patience for ourselves and others. Sometimes we really need to include ourselves in that. A lot of us, myself included, give, and then sometimes forget to give to myself and be patient with myself. And we'll talk about that when we get to the heart a little as well. So really feeling full of that compassion, kindness, and patience. All this order we're in, the previous organ is the mother to the child. So the liver is the mother to the heart. So we move to the heart. And wood we need for fire, right? So we are at the heart, and we're going to do the sound, which I want to put out front, that the contraindication for this sound, which is H-A-A-A, like ha, is that it lowers blood pressure. If you do the ha sound for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, it will lower your blood pressure. So you don't want to do this exercise if you have doctor diagnosed low blood pressure. You can do it a few times or maybe even a minute, but you want to not do too many. So we're letting go here with the ha sound of any anxiety, nervousness, or expectations not met. So taking a deep breath. Ah. So think in your life where you might have expectations not met. Honor it and let it go. Ah. Shake it out. Any anxiety about anything, letting it go. Ah. Anything you might be nervous about, honoring it and surrendering it to the earth. Ah. To be transmuted and recycled by the earth. And if you can't pinpoint what emotions you're feeling at any given time, you can always use the heart. And it's a good one to just relax your shoulders when you feel tight or tense. You can do the ah sound, even silently if you're around people, just and relax your body. Because when our body is not relaxed, it's very hard for homeostasis to balance. So a couple more times, inhaling. Letting go of any anxiety, nervousness, expectations not met. One last time. Dropping it into the earth to be recycled and transmuted. And we're going to focus now on a fire pit in front of us and pink roses all around us. And we're going to inhale the fire element, the pink color. Lips closed, exhale, absorb joy, tranquility, and order. Inhaling, pink color, fire element. Lips closed, absorb like a sponge, joy, tranquility, and order. The virtues you were born with in the heart. Imagine and feel the fire energy, the pink roses. Exhale, absorb like a sponge, joy, tranquility, and order. Last time, inhaling fire element, pink color. Lips closed and absorb joy, tranquility, and order. And for the last one, you can go ahead and sit down because I find for some people, there's an element of dizziness for the last one. And you can keep eyes open or eyes closed in any of these if you feel stable. And you can also do them seated for most of them as well. But we're going to imagine now a rainbow. So all the 5 yin organs have these colors related to them. Heart can be red or pink. I like to use pink because I have sometimes senior citizens doing it. And pastel colors are better for senior citizens. So this last one, we're going to imagine a beautiful rainbow that comes right into us as we inhale inner peace and happiness, holding the breath. Now we open our mouth and imagine that rainbow traveling across the world and creating world peace and happiness with everyone on the planet. Inhaling, imagining that rainbow of color going to every cell and tissue except cancer cells. I have to forward that if anyone has cancer. None of this gets to the cancer cells. So inhaling the rainbow of color, inner peace and happiness. Now mouth open, visualize that beautiful rainbow covering the planet and everyone feeling world peace. One more time, inhale that rainbow to every tissue and cell, and inner peace and happiness. And the lips open like a rock in the water. It ripples out across the whole planet, this rainbow, and touching everyone, allowing them to feel world peace, to feel individually some inner peace. And I truly believe if everyone has a practice of inner peace within themselves, we will create world peace in our lifetime. So just noticing how your body feels right now. Imagine a snow shaker that's been shaken and all the energy or prana is settling in the lower dantian, which is the lower abdomen. So in the lower abdomen, we say is the lower dantian, the middle dantian, the upper dantian. We also have 3 bodies, a physical body, an energy body. Sometimes people who see auras will see the energy body colors of the aura, and a spiritual body, which is that spiritual body that knows better than we know. If someone throws a ball behind us, that knowing that we need to move, even though we don't know what's behind us. So with these 3 bodies, each of them affect the other 2. And we just worked on the emotions. So with the physical body, that is affected by the emotions, the tissues, and then our spiritual journey also is affected by every conscious breath. So if you are consciously breathing, meditating, or doing Tai Chi or Qigong, every conscious breath is a connection to our eternal soul. That is what I believe. Whether you believe in Jesus, Guan Yin, Amitabha, Shiva, Kali, Krishna, whoever is your spiritual path, when we consciously breathe, we connect to our highest good, our connection to the divine. We can connect to why we were brought into this world at this time. And it helps us to see what our highest path is if we have any issues with clarity of where we need to be in our life. And so he mentioned we did Wim Hof training, who he called it Tumo meditation when I worked with him before he became on the Wim Hof method. And so if you're in a hot place, this will cool you off. I'm in a hot place. If you're in a cold shower or in ice like Wim Hof goes in, like cold lakes, it will warm you up. So I invite you at home to feel free to take off all your clothes or get into comfortable, not much clothes, because you're going to get hot if you're inside possibly. And if you're like me, I'm going to be cooled down from this exercise. And this is a breathing meditation. This is pranayama. This is Qigong breath work. And the Tumo meditation, if you do a bit of research, you see the monks in the mountains freezing cold around them, and they have wet blankets on them, and you see heat rise off them, and the blankets actually get dry. And one of the beautiful things about this, Wim had some research done when he was in New York, and they found that he was creating brand new antibodies from this meditation. So this meditation helps you heal. People who have autoimmune disorders or have HIV or have anything, it helps put things back in alignment. If you understand or have studied the Sushumna channel, the Ida and Pingala, we say in Chinese medicine, the conception vessel and the governing vessel, all the meridians, it helps things balance. And the reason it does is because we're stimulating 2 parts of the autonomic system, which is the parasympathetic, which is relaxation, and the fight or flight, the sympathetic, which is, tense, and then the relaxed. So I invite you to sit in a chair that you can also sit on the floor cross-legged, but you're sitting with a straight spine, and you are being like a warrior when we're inhaling, very deep breath in the nose, and then you're exhaling and rounding the back and getting as loosey-goosey like a loose noodle for the exhales. And we're going to alternate the breath, warrior breath, with this total relaxed exhale, and speeding up and slowing down. And at the end of the cycle, we're going to blow all the breath out and hold it out. And as long as we can hold it out as possible. So I won't do it too long the first time, then I'll extend it. And as people do this meditation, they will be able to do it longer. They'll be able to hold the breath out longer. And as you're holding the breath out, you are focusing on the solar plexus area, and then you straighten your spine, holding the breath out and relax the body. And after we're done and finally inhale, we hold the breath at the top and focus on the third eye. And I'll guide you through it. The only contraindication for this is if you've had heart surgery, if you have very high blood pressure, take it easy. You have something called tetany when you do this sometimes, where your hands or feet get tingly because so much oxygen is flowing. So just be aware of that. So that's why we sit. In case you do feel lightheaded, you can take a break. But people who have had heart surgery recently, they wouldn't do this. They would observe and imagine they're doing it, and they'll have some benefit as well. So I just want to put that in as a contraindication for people. Okay, so we're going to start with the warrior breath coming in. Exhale out the mouth. Inhaling, exhaling. Really loosey-goosey. Strong body, loose body. So the body doesn't know what you're doing. They're like, are you stressed or are you relaxed? What's going on? We're confusing it. So it doesn't know what to do, and it makes new antibodies. Really relax. Really stay strong. We speed it up. And be relaxed on your spine. If you have any back issues, don't tighten up as much, okay? And slow it down. Relax. Now, next one, gonna blow it all the way out. Hold the breath out, straighten the spine, relax the body. Hold the breath out. Focus on the solar plexus area. You can put the tongue on the tongue position of straight up, or right behind the teeth, or in the back at the soft palate. Feel the sensation. Solar plexus, have a slight lift of your pelvic floor. When you cannot hold it out any longer, inhale, hold it, focus on the third eye for a short moment. Relaxed body, and exhale. We start over, inhaling. And faster. And even faster. And a deep breath. Exhale, relax. Strong like a warrior. Relax like a loose noodle. Loose noodle. 2 more times. Hold it out. Straighten spine, relax the body. Holding it out. Focusing on the solar plexus. Feel your heartbeat in that solar plexus area. Tongue on the roof of the mouth, you choose the position. Lift in the pelvic floor. Smile. If you're not smiling, and when you need to take in a breath, inhale, focus on the third eye, relax the body. And exhale. And we can probably do it a bit longer this last time, third time. Inhale, deep breath. Speeding it up. Even faster. So maybe just a slight move of the neck. Slow it down. Three more times. Like a warrior, deep breath. Really relax. Hold the breath out, push the air out. Straighten the spine, relax the body. Focus on the solar plexus. Tongue on the roof of the mouth. Lift in the pelvic floor. Relax the face and jaw. Little smile. Feel the heartbeats. Your solar plexus. And when you're ready to inhale, deep breath. Focus on the third eye. Relax your face and jaw and shoulders. And exhale. Just take regular breaths, eyes closed. Relax your face, jaw, shoulders, your whole body. Smile. Just for a few more minutes, just regular breathing. Relax your body. from this relaxed state, our body is fully oxygenated, we're just going to take our hands to that left side spleen again. And take a deep breath in and breathe in trust, openness, sincerity. And bringing the hands up and around to the lungs, breathing in courage, integrity, and dignity. Moving the hands around to the lower abdomen, to the kidneys in the back. Breathing in self-confidence, inner strength, and wisdom. Going around and up to the right side liver. Breathing in compassion, kindness, and patience. And coming up to the heart. Breathing in joy, tranquility, and order. And the last breath, and inhale that beautiful rainbow, inner peace and happiness to the whole body, every cell and tissue. And exhale again, the breath travels around the world with a rainbow and world peace and happiness. Just bringing your hands to your heart center, feeling that inner peace, that rainbow of colors in your full physical body, energy body, and spiritual body. From that place, really feeling inner peace. Imagine, intend, focus on, and feel the whole planet healing with world peace from our vibration of inner peace. And a couple more deep breaths. And we'll end with some singing of Loka Samasta Sukhi Nom Bhavantu. If you don't know, that means in Sanskrit, may all beings everywhere be happy and free. And I will call and answer with you. So, Loka, Loka, Samasta, Samasta, Sukhinom, Sukhinom, Bhavantu, Bhavantu, Loka, Loka, Samasta, Samasta, Sukhinom, Sukhinom, Bhavantu, Bhavantu. This last time as we sing, feel the vibration of the words we sing, healing the planet, bringing world peace to everyone. Loka, Loka, Samasta, Samasta, Sukhinom, Sukhinom, Bhavantu, Bhavantu. And one time in English. May all beings everywhere, everywhere, be happy, and free, and free. Just a few deep breaths, feeling world peace and inner peace. like a snow shaker that's been shaken, allowing that energy, that beautiful, peaceful energy to settle in the lower dantian, our battery belt, our storage area of all the energy work we do. And namaste. I hope I'm within the time that I was allowed.
No, you're
Thank
doing
you.
great.
Thank you.
Thank you. Namaste, Dr. Amba. Thank you
Namaste.
so much for that beautiful practice, all of it leading into those birds being called on cue. Wow, incredible. Thank you again for
Thank
gracing
you.
our stage, and we'll see you soon.